Hey guys, how's it going? Been about a week, so I think this is video number 9 now. Yeah, this week's been very manic, very up and down. Ended the week on a big high, so I'll get to that. But yeah, what happened? So yeah, I think the last update that I mentioned that I knocked over my water over my laptop, and then that was a big disaster. So that I took that straight to the repair shop, and luckily, I think the next day, that afternoon, he called me up to say it's okay. There hasn't been any water damage as far as he could tell, so that was all good. Got that back. That was only £60, so I was kind of fully expecting to have to buy a new laptop, so that was a good result. On my campaign, I've been having some real deliverability issues. So obviously, the most important part about an email campaign is for your emails to being sent out and for them to land in the inbox of who you're targeting. So with this database client, we're only seeing like 30% open rate, which is really, really low. Normally, just for context, my usual open rate is about 80 to 90%. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, I'm trying to diagnose the issue and work out what's going on, but it's been very stressful trying to figure out what's going wrong. They all seem to be all the deliverability checks. There are websites where you can check this stuff, and they all seem to be fine. But for whatever reason, the open rate's still really low. Now we've only sent 400 emails with that campaign, so it may just be a case of just pure chance that people haven't opened it, but that's not looking very good. But on the flip side of that, actually, the campaign's performing really well. So given that it's only a 30% open rate, we've got a 3.5% reply rate, which is that's what I'd expect to see after months of a 80 to 90% open rate campaign. So if we can bump those numbers up and get it to that sort of higher open rate, I think it's going to be really successful. We've booked them 2 meetings so far. He had the first meeting of the week. He said it was it's quite a low, they didn't need much work done, so it's not like a high ticket client for them, but he said it's good nonetheless. And then he's got another meeting tomorrow. That was the one that I said on my last week's call. I'm a bit tired, it's been a long day, it's like 10:30. Give me a sec. That was the client where I said on my last video that I'd messed up. He didn't have a meeting link. He had no way of contacting this guy. So while I was following up with this guy trying to organize a meeting, I didn't realize that my client had actually contacted him himself on his own email. So there was an awkward time where we were both communicating at the same time. Obviously, I'm impersonating this guy, so I'm sending emails out impersonating this person. So the guy was probably thinking, why the fuck is this guy sending me emails from different accounts contradicting himself? We've got a meeting booked, but he's saying there's been no meeting booked. So I just spoke to him and said, look, in the future, it's going to be, you let me know if you're sending an email to a client, a prospect on your own email account, just to avoid that awkward situation where we're talking to them at the same time. So we cleared that up. But yeah, he sorted out that there's a meeting booked with them. That's tomorrow, so hopefully that goes well. But yeah, that's going really well. In terms of deliverability and improving it, I think I just need to keep experimenting and try and work out what the issue is. And I'm thinking about buying some new email accounts and just testing them and just seeing testing it. Maybe it's how I've warmed them up, I don't know, but I think I just need to keep experimenting, because as I said, if we can get it to that higher open rate, it's going to be really it's going to be very, very good. I've set up a really good flow now in that Clay software that I was talking about. So finding companies on LinkedIn that are actively recruiting for database administrators, pull them out, pull the list of these contacts, put them straight into this Clay table. The way I've got it set up is a completely automated process. So once they're in there, it will completely build the entire campaign. So all the AI personalization, it will find the contacts of those companies. It will validate the emails, basically does everything that I'd be doing manually automatically. So we've got a really good flow there. It took me 5-6 hours to do that today. I just spent the whole day doing that because I know it's a great investment of time getting that done rather than doing it manually. So still a bit of work left to do on that. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight. It's getting late. I said I was going to, but yeah, we'll see. I just thought I'd get this video out because it's been about a week now since I've done an update video. But yeah, I've had loads of sales calls this week. I know you saw, I've been uploading them as well. Uploaded one sales call, one discovery call. I'm not going to upload all of them. I was thinking on the walk home how I'm going to do that. And I think I'll probably only upload them if I think there's something valuable in them, whether it be like if I made a mistake or I think something went really well. I don't think it's of much value to upload all of them just because, just for the sake of it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But I've been discussing with a company. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention company names, so I won't. But that conversation's been going really well. Had a call with him yesterday. He said, look, sounds great. I just want to talk to my team about it, run it past them and kind of like, see what they think. But I'm 95% yes. I don't see why they'd have an issue with it. And he got back to me today saying, yeah, let's go ahead with it. So, that's a really good feeling. It's a good feeling for about a minute and then it wears off. Like, it's never as good as you think it's going to be closing a new client, seeing the money, he's already paid, the money's in the bank. So as much as that's really good for my situation, that brings my monthly recurring revenue now up to $6,000 a month, which is good. I'm kind of probably at that baseline now where I'm probably just earning enough to self-sustain in terms of like rent, food, whatever, like bills and stuff. So it definitely takes a lot of pressure off. But yeah, I don't know, it still doesn't feel, and I don't know if it will ever feel like, okay, now we've got there. I mean, maybe like I'm expecting with my commission only client, I'm getting a lot of commission. A lot of them are going to be coming through Q1 of 2024. So I'd imagine, and again, I'm probably going to be wrong, but when you get a big commission come through, a big amount of money come through into your bank, that's going to be a really good feeling. But I suppose it's just going to be a case of always chasing the next thing. It's going to feel good for a minute, a day, a week, whatever. And then it's going to be like, oh. But it's probably going to be the same where I'm like, that didn't feel as good as I thought it would feel. But nonetheless, very good progress. I mean, like, that's the thing with this kind of stuff. Things can turn around very, very quickly. You just have to work hard and keep doing what you're doing. And right, as I said a few updates ago, just kind of like riding the wave and just kind of like having self-belief and having a positive outlook on the end outcome. Like, I know I'm very capable of getting to where I want to get to, which with this is 50K a month, for example. Very capable of getting there. It's just a case of riding the wave, dealing with the ups, the downs, and just keep moving forward, really. So yeah, that's very, very positive. And so when I do a client proposal, there's always a retainer and a setup fee. So what I normally expect is for them to pay the retainer and setup fee initially, just out the get-go. This guy's only paid the setup fee, and I was like, I feel like he's misunderstood that you need to pay them at the same time. But then I thought about it and I kind of just thought, actually, it doesn't make much difference, and B, that probably makes sense because the setup time is 2 weeks before the campaign can go live. And it doesn't really make sense for them to pay a retainer when you're not actually doing the campaign's not live. So actually, I think it's a bit of a lesson learned there, where that's, as much as it's nice to have all the money come to your bank account, the same day, it's just the dopamine hit. Actually, it doesn't make any difference. And for the client and service delivery, it makes sense that you're paying for the monthly retainer when the campaign goes live. So I think in future, I'll probably start doing that. So good lesson learned there. But yeah, again, I'm sure there's loads more to talk about, but not really much I can think about. It has been a very, very manic week, and I think the other main thing that I've struggled with this week is my car. So after I got my laptop fixed, about 2 days later, my car broke down again. So not having a car again is a real, whatever the opposite of optimization is. It's really inconvenient having to get the train and having to walk to the shops and stuff, and where I'm really, really busy at the minute, I could really do, anything like that is a massive distraction. And it just makes scheduling and organization something that I was struggling with anyway, like 10 times harder. So probably not going to get my car back for another at least week and a half by the sounds of it, and then he said he's not even sure that he'd be able to fix it. So we'll see what happens with that. He said it was fine, and he just said it needed an oil change, and then I took it for a 2-hour drive. Oil light came on. I just thought, fuck it, I'm just going to keep driving. Definitely the wrong thing to do, but I was just in that mindset where I was a bit pissed off about it, and I was just like, I'm just gonna get home. I'm not too far. And then it started making like really dodgy noises, and I pulled over when it started smelling of burning. I think that's a good sign that you need to stop driving if your engine smells like it's gonna blow up. So I stopped driving, pulled over. Luckily, I was only about 20 minutes from home, so had some family come and pick me up, and then just got back and dealt with it the next day. Got it picked up and taken back to Bournemouth, where I live, which is 2 hours. But yeah, fingers crossed that gets sorted. But yeah, definitely moving in the right direction. I think let's just keep the momentum going. Need to just try and stay on top of everything I'm doing and get as optimized and organized as possible. To be honest, when I was writing stuff down in this, just everything I need to do, I've become a bit lazy, for lack of a better word, with doing that, and like having that daily checklist. That's definitely something I need to incorporate and bring back in, just to kind of maintain that organization, because that's a very, very, very good system for me. But again, it's all part of the process and just learning, and I'm sure I'll forget important things. I'll be like, fuck that, I've messed this up, whatever, and I'll learn that actually the importance of doing that through making a mistake. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I've bought all the domains for this person, this client.